What's up YouTube, welcome back to MMOSWORLD. Today we are bringing you 5 improvements Anthem could use in 5 minutes or less. And if you don't know what Anthem is, it is BioWare and EA's brand new RPG shooter with robots and flying exosuits, and it's been all over the place. In case you're living under a rock, Anthem has been making all the news with some of its positives and some of its negatives, and with us having played it now, we're here to talk about 5 key improvements. Let's start off with communication between groups and players in a game. In Anthem, players can take part in missions or free play mode where you and a squad of up to 3 other players go around defeating objectives and killing enemies. And of course, if you're playing with your gaming group and have voice chat turned on in Discord or in-game itself, then this is not really going to be a problem, but Anthem encourages group play anyway. So if you're playing with randoms, then doing some of Anthem's content without voice chat and organized play can be a hassle, especially at the game's highest difficulties like Grandmaster 1, 2, and 3. The problem I've noticed with Anthem is a large majority of people actually do not communicate using the in-game voice. So what can Anthem do to facilitate better group communication? The first thing I can think of, and what everybody has suggested, is text chat. There must be some easy way to implement a text chat system where either you type in your own input or you can select from a few pre-existing commands to let your group know that something is happening or hey, I'm downed. And this would be an incredible quality of life feature that it definitely needs. Next improvement would be to Fourtars, which is the game's main hub where you do all your shopping and accessing your vault and your forge for customization and all that good stuff. You will come across Fourtars pretty early on in the game, and this is where you go to every time you finish a mission to talk to various different NPCs or watch the fort grow. One of the most annoying things about Fourtars is, first of all, is the movement speed, which has been increased from the previous demos, which is nice. But one thing you can sure do better is something simple like spawning you directly in front of NPCs to talk to after you're done with their mission, which makes picking up follow-up missions more hassle-free. And considering how loading is, the loading screen issues if you're not playing on SSD, this could be a quick and easy fix that I think a lot of people would appreciate. And next up is of course loot diversity, and yes, loot is an issue with Anthem considering how a lot of players are feeling unrewarded for their grind and the amount of time they put in to get better loot in Anthem. So here's the thing, Anthem have come out with a statement saying that there will be a 3 gig patch that's going to fix a lot of these loot issues, especially getting rid of high level rare loot inscriptions that do absolutely nothing, and they're reworking loot pools and everything, so that's great news. We don't have to talk about that, but I will talk about diversity in the sense that all these weapons really look the same, even from your most common one all the way up to legendary. The only difference is in name and stats and some of the design on the weapon, but that's about it. I think loot diversity in terms of weapons could be way better with much rewarding weapon skins that look way cooler, which gives players a reason to really farm for these awesome looking weapons besides just having them for better stats and better inscriptions. I mean, it really does feel unrewarding when you spend all that time grinding a very good legendary weapon for one of your javelins and you find out that it looks, or at least the model looks like a rare version. So that's kind of meh. Next up is better UI overhaul, and I'm sure we've all had this issue with some of Anthem's UI being a real pain in the butt, especially within gameplay itself. For example, if you're in squad play, either in contracts or free play, if you're behind your squad, you'll get this prompt saying that, hey, you're out of bounds, and you'll be transported to them in 20 seconds, for example. And then that panel just stays there and blocks the heat meter for your javelin's flight. That's kind of annoying. A quick fix for this is to turn the opacity of the UI down so that you can see other things as well. But I would like simple UI fixes like this to just move things around, and being able to customize where you see your information will be a big plus. And last but not least, this is a great quality of life feature that I think a lot of people will like, and that is being able to change your gear and loadout in free play and possibly other modes in the future. So what is this all about? Sometimes when you're out in free play on the higher or highest difficulties from GM1 to 3, you'll come up against scenarios or titans and stuff where you may have used the wrong loadout, like you don't have the proper gear, you don't have the proper components, or you don't have the weapon that you want. So being able to go somewhere out in free play like a traveling vendor or traveling merchant or whatever and change your loadout and then go right back to the event or the boss fight you're doing is going to be a great help, because right now if you happen to be in that situation, you have to go back to the forge in Fourtars, so that's another loading screen, and then go to another loading screen to get back, and even then your progress would all be gone. So being able to change your loadout and gear while you're in a game mode is going to be a huge plus for Anthem. And that is all we have in terms of improvements. If you have any improvement ideas for Anthem, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Hit the like video and subscribe to MMOSWORLD for good stuff. Check out our website, MMOSWORLD.com. As ever, I'm Adrian from MMOSWORLD, signing out.